to determine who is going to be second or first place in the group currently. And yeah, pretty crazy, honestly. Pretty crazy series so far.
First game was kind of a bop. Second game was pretty close the whole way through. I thought Clay was gonna win, but interesting game. Super low eco all game too. Like Clay never got more than like 50-ish workers, and he was like on 6 bases. He had every base on his side of the map. And Kobra was at 66 workers at his peak, and then just kept losing them. So super scrappy game. That's what Clay succeeds at, though. That's where he thrives, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, if like Kobra can beat him in that kind of environment, then it's a pretty good sign, right? I feel like.
Well, Kobra almost died a lot of times in that game, so like 1 or 2 things that go slightly different, and Clay takes that game, honestly. And even until the very end, I feel like Clay was ahead for 90% of that game, so hard to say. That one could have easily gone either way. I really feel like Clay would have been better off just to continue dropping and keep applying, splitting up pressure on the map. But I guess he decided he needed to take a more decisive engagement later in the game. So hard to think, or hard to say what he was thinking. Standard openers from both players. Clay opting for the bunker. This time Kobra doesn't see it. This is going to be pretty annoying for Kobra.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially considering if he goes Adept, it'll suck the most, yeah. So he's gone Adept. So this is really kind of unfortunate for Kobra, because he has no idea this bunker's here, and this is gonna like throw a wrench in his plans for a good solid minute.
Yeah, and I think he went. Did he go with Cyber first this game as well? I didn't see.
Yeah, I believe it was Cyber first.
Yeah, it's gotta suck. I mean, definitely not as bad as when he goes Nexus first, but he does get a battery, so it's gonna help with the defense a lot. But now he notices that there's a bunker there, and he's gonna have to make some stalkers and stuff to break.
Yeah, this is gonna delay his mining in the natural for so. Oh, he loses the Reaper. That's a big mistake.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
okay. He could cancel his battery too, and it would be quite a bit more beneficial. Like, what?
Wait, some banter going on, I guess. I thought there was a little bit of PM, but I don't know. That was that on purpose? There's no way, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna say it's not, but interesting banter.
2 Marines here. These should be able to shoo away the Adept pretty easily. Kobra won't want to commit. He might shade for a scout, but there's enough units here that Kobra doesn't need to care.
Yeah, it's not good to see that there is a 3 racks, just like in the first game. So, but he does keep the Adept alive, so he will be able to see it moving across the map earlier than in the first game. Hopefully not.
Clay's playing this really intelligently. He's like moving out to try and snipe this Adept to prevent it from scouting. Kobra also playing very carefully with his Adept. So Clay knows that he wants to deny this scouting information. He doesn't want Kobra to see Marauders, doesn't want him to see that he's gone a 3-Rex. Though Kobra's gone for a battery and an Immortal. So maybe Kobra knows. I'm not sure what he saw to let him know. Because he's only seen the 1 barracks. Maybe he saw one of the Marauders and knows it's the second push again. But you see how Kobra's set himself up. He's in a very defensive posture. He's getting Blink, getting Immortal. He's getting out a lot of units. I think this push by Clay is going to be a lot less successful this time around. Kobra's going to have plenty to defend this.
Yeah, he's also delayed the robotics facility, so he's not going to be able to get Colossus earlier. But I mean, Like you said,
Yeah.
this push, you know, I feel like it's not gonna really do anything here. He's got
I
two
almost wonder if
batteries.
he's overcommitting to this defense. He's made so many units, he's delayed his third by a lot, and his Robo Bay is really slow, so
I think it depends on what Clay does. If he loses his army, then it's worth it, but if he doesn't, then it's not as good. And he does fight this and lose some units. Actually, might lose the whole army. Is he committing to it?
no, Clay's gonna back off here.
Yeah, but really good
I
trade
think this
for,
is over.
Kobra.
This is ambitious by Cobra, actually. Oh, he's got Blink.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah, he's
he's
got
not.
blink. Okay. Does lose that immortal, but I mean, keeps most of the stalkers alive. He's gonna blink that one backwards. Really good defense here.
So army gets cleaned up. Honestly, it's a pretty equal trade. Cobra's third has been delayed by so much just because he was preparing for this defense for so long.
Clay's rallying across the map still, though.
Yeah, I think this is an ambitious move. I think he's just sitting in the bush though, see if anything is crossing the map.
Yeah, maybe actually. Oh, and Kobra does see this with his observer. He sees that the army's gonna go north. Probably an attempt to try to get a cheeky cancel on the third, but you know, he saw that with the observer. He's also gonna pile on at the ram in position, so it's not really gonna surprise him.
This might be a really bad trade for Clay, especially if he comes here and loses all this stuff. Then I think Cobra will have a big advantage. The first trade wasn't too bad. He traded pretty evenly, got an immoral, delayed the third, though he can't know that. But this one will go a lot worse, I think.
Yeah, so Kobra kind of whiffs the second force field, but he gets a pretty good force field here, so the army can escape. Although
Yeah,
it doesn't
this
really,
is
yeah, this is
this
really
was
good.
a very poor trade for Clay. Now Clay's in a really bad position, I feel like.
Yeah, and I feel like Kobra should go across the map right now to apply some pressure. But looks like he chooses to play safe instead. Gets his Colossus. You know, gets to play his game.
Yeah, and this map is much better for Protoss. Like the drop potential on this map is much worse than on Blackburn. You have less angles to come in from and a lot less territory to defend as Protoss. You have 3 very defendable bases. So Cobra's setup in this game is looking a lot better for him, I think. But we'll see what Clay does. Clay's making tanks this time around. So maybe he's gonna try and do like a very direct push. A decisive like frontal push. We'll see. Depends on how many tanks he gets, I guess.
Wait, which one's the one for the Colossus again? It's the Robo Bay. Facility is the one where you make the Colossus, and the Bay is the research thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I always mix those two up. I always forget which one's which.
Colossus then.
Yeah, the Colossus then. We'll call it that one, yeah. Easier.
Cobra going for his fourth. Cobra's very unaggressive in regards to his expansion. Like some Protoss you see take these third and fourth bases so quickly, and Kobra just taking his time, just relaxing, taking it slowly, building up a strong army. Clay is got a pretty low tech army. He's got a few tanks and stuff, but no Ghost Academy. Oh, second starport. So Clay was gonna opt for like quadruple Viking production. He should get a few more medevacs, I think, before he goes into Viking production. And he's got a 4th CC, so this game's gearing up to be like a nice solid macro game.
Yeah, both players are playing very passive. I mean, especially compared to last game, right? Clay was dropping him on 45 SCVs for like 5-6 minutes straight, but looks like this time he's gonna kind of calm down.
Clay's got some very good like scouting marines positioned out here to see stuff. Yeah, this is really good by him. He saw Cobra's army. Yeah, I think he actually saw the Prism too, but he may have not actually seen it. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't actually see it right now.
He sees it now. He sees it now. He's going in. Oh, no, he doesn't. Still doesn't see it.
Yeah, some Zealots is going to be warped in the main here. So he's going to realize now there's some harass going on. Does scan our main army. in front of his base, so he's gonna have to split some army off here.
Good awareness by Clay, like scanning for that frontal army first, knowing that most of the army is actually out there, not sending everything to deal with this run by. He suspected something was up, and if he had moved his whole army into the main, then that would have been devastating for him. But Clay's aware of it. Good decision making by him. Clay is very aware of where his opponent's army is right now, so he just needs to build up his army, not take anything too risky. He clears hit the prism too, which is nice for him. Can let him focus all his units on the frontal engagement. Clay's kind of stopping early in his worker production. I kind of wish he would make like 10 more.
Yeah, right now Kobra's like economy, both in minerals and in gas, is like way ahead of Clay's.
Yeah,
30 workers behind.
seems to kind of be a little bit of a trend because he stopped really early in his worker count in the other game as well. I'm not sure why.
Army is moving out to try to defend his fourth. However, Kobra's army is kind of waiting there. He's not
They're
really
right
paying
beside each
attention,
other.
though.
This is scary. This is...
Yeah, really good engage for Kobra. Not very good for Clay. His army is very clumped up, and some force will go down, and the tanks are gonna get caught all out in the middle here. All the tanks go down. Pretty bad trade for Clay right here.
Yeah, he kind of. Well, I guess he got a little bit surprised by the positioning of that the army was still there. No storms or disruptors hit anything, but the Colossus were just enough to do the damage, I guess. For Colossus is scary enough. So this game is starting to slip away from Clay. The worker lead for Kobra is just a little bit too big for Clay to keep up economically, and with that bad trade, now Clay doesn't really have anything going for him. I kind of wish he had did what he did in the second game and like play like drop heavy and try and pull Kobra apart, because Kobra seemed to struggle with it, and now Clay is
Yeah, it
gonna
looks like
be
he's gonna get pulled apart here. He's got the zealot flank on the left side, and he's got the main army coming up the ramp here. These Colossus are getting shot a lot by these Vikings. However, there's nothing to stop these Stormstorm coming down, doing a lot of damage. Kobra's army is getting really small, however, though he's got to back off.
this is not a great engagement by Kobra actually.
Yeah, it's gonna recall. Oh, it loses that Colossus.
He uses all his valuable units, and Clay somehow lives through that. But honestly, I don't think it matters. He just doesn't have the eco to keep up with Kobra anymore. So the good engagement by Clay, good micro, good control. But unfortunately, the macro is not the macro, but the worker advantage is gonna let Kobra run away with this one.
Yeah, that engagement wasn't the best by Kobra. Lost a lot of his, or basically all of his gas-heavy units and his Colossus, his Robo units. But at the same time, he's got, you know, the Stargates behind this. He's took out, I think, 20 workers in that attack, and he's already been so far ahead in the economy. That's really going to be hard for Clay to come back, honestly.
Yeah, Clay's gonna have to take some miraculous engagements to win this one, I think. The Kobra could max out on Zealots and High Templar, and he's gonna eventually roll over Clay because Clay just doesn't have the eco to match. Nice pickup on the Prism. That's a start.
Yeah, and Kobra even switching out of Colossus because he realizes there's too many Vikings. Pretty smart. Get some Disruptors and Storm instead. And I think he's gonna get some Tempest with that Fleet Beacon, but looks like not just yet. And he gets a DT Shrine. Actually, yeah, he gets Carriers actually instead, okay.
Yeah, Kobra is playing like... Kobra doesn't want to take any chances, he just wants to solidify the victory.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit overly safe in my opinion, but I guess, I mean, it doesn't really matter when he just wants to make sure he wins this game. This one will be very hard for Clay to win. He's just had too much of an economic deficit to match Kobra. Like Kobra is going to outproduce him. He's going to build a bank, and it's unfortunate because I thought Clay could have taken this game, and he could have taken the last one too. So I don't know. I kind of wish he had kept up his playstyle of just spamming drop. This seemed to be working out quite well for him. I'm not sure why he changed.
Yeah, but I
He
think
can't drop.
I don't know.
Can't drop now though, because he's at too much of a deficit. If he drops, and he might just get rolled on the front.
Well, yeah, I think he might have been a little scared because he saw that Kobra went for Stargate in the last game, and like he did shut down a lot of the early game stuff with the Stargate. But I mean, he did see that he just went rogue those games, so it is a little weird that he didn't choose to go for that multi-prong harass style.
Even with the Stargate in the last game, he was getting a lot done with his drops. He's doing a lot of damage, and then kind of just I guess maybe he didn't have the medevacs because he was making Vikings or something like this. But he stopped multi-prong. He stopped being aggressive, and I really feel like that's his strength. His multitasking and his control. So
Yeah.
Cobra's gonna roll up in here, I think, and I think this will be the decisive engagement that ends it.
Yeah, it goes for some disruptor shots, gets some pretty big ones. And I don't know if the Ghost got an EMP bust. Okay, they got some EMPs off, but there's a lot of storms, and I mean the army is just too big, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like his game.
Look, series, honestly, that one could have gone either way very easily. So good play by both players.